Talking. It's a conversation that gets overlooked much too often when someone asks you the simple question, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I'm glad you're doing okay. But really, a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine or I'm doing good.
When they may not. And those answers are sometimes fine, but you just should maybe say how you really feel. And that's what a Muppet character wanted to find out. Elmo asked, but now it led to a collective internet trauma dump.
So it all started out with this tweet, or X, you see right there. Elmo asked, how is everybody doing? Innocent enough, right? Well, some of the responses actually got really dark. Another user commented, the world is a bit tough at the moment. Lack of services, economy isn't great, multiple wars. It really seemed like people had to get some stuff off their chest.
Yeah, Gianna, even restaurants weighed in. Domino's Pizza UK wrote, totally fine, with a picture of a dumpster fire pizza disaster. Look at that photo. Nobody is fine in that photo. What happened there? And here's another answer, talking about grocery stores and the high price of gas. So we've all complained about that one, especially here in California. I mean, it almost seems like it's double.
It does.
So I actually, when people ask you how you're doing, I'm one of those people that defaults to fine. I usually, or sometimes if you're not doing well, you say something a little bit more negative to kind of hint that you're not doing well, and then people usually follow up.
Yeah, and ask the question. And I think and Elmo, out of anyone in this world who could kind of sit there and just throw that question out there, as innocent as someone like Elmo, really to maybe make people feel like it's okay to have these conversations. It's okay to ask how you're doing, and maybe you can be a little bit more honest, and maybe that will help people, Nicole. When you hear some of those responses, it makes me sad. I don't want anyone in the world to hurt or to be sad. So even as sad and crazy those sound, it is nice that maybe there's someone out there who would be willing to listen.
But oftentimes when people ask how you're doing, it's a formality. Do
really
they really
is.
care how you're doing? So I think that's why if you're having a bad day, maybe say something that's not fine and see if they follow up with you because they really do care and they're asking. And if they don't, well, then maybe they didn't want to know the answer. So even with all the crazy answers, Elmo's point was taken. He tweeted out this cute photo of him hugging his doll. He says he's glad he asked, and he wants people to ask their friends and loved ones how they're doing as well. We have kids.
Yes.
My daughter's 5.5. Yours are 4.
4.5 and 9.
And so you look at this photo because obviously they love Elmo right now, and it just shows you, hug each other close. Make sure that you're protecting each other on days where, maybe you're having a hard time.
It is. And when you see that, it's kind of just gives you that moment of how beautiful and sweet life can be. I'm getting a little choked up here because, again, you see little moments like that. And it really just makes you think about the people who are out there who maybe aren't having the best day or are trying just to put a smile on their face and get through what they can. Nicole, there is a librarian in Solano County over in Fairfield, I believe. His name is Michael Treats, and he is one of my favorite follows.
You've
on
talked
social.
about him.
I talk about him all the time because he encourages reading. But what else he encourages is to check your mental health. And he sits on Instagram a couple times to say, hey, how are you doing? Mm-hmm. And I love him for that. And thousands of people have caught on to that. And I think it's really good to see that it's not just Elmo, but there are other people out there who care.
Yeah, didn't you say he spreads positivity on a regular basis?
One of my favorite people on this planet.